So Doreen, with grocery prices skyrocketing and everybody, trying to figure out like how to manage increasing costs in Bermuda, how many free foods are we walking by every day that just grow wild
Yes.
in Bermuda?
Eugene, a whole lot. All year around. I mean, like right now, this is my favorite season to go out and forage and harvest. You have the prickly pear, which is in abundance, the wild spinach, the scurvy grass, the stinging nettles. And right now, this season is majority of the plants are high in vitamin C. So not only are you getting your greens, your fruits, and all the vitamins that you would need in all the food, the great thing is it's all free. You just got to take out the time to go and get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's available to everyone. And the best thing about it is, as well, it's organic. When you forage off the off-beaten paths, you get strictly organic food. It's not genetically modified. So it's a win-win situation all around. So you can literally cut your grocery bill in half just by going and foraging.
Right. I remember some years ago, we started a program in Green Rock called Healthy Harvest. And the goal of that program was to just make, residents more aware of the seasons that different fruits and vegetables grow in naturally.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And from that project, I developed an understanding of how, when you live in an environment, the foods that we need nutritionally during each season grow in those appropriate seasons.
Absolutely.
So, so there's a nutritional value.
Yes.
Nutritional value to foraging as well, because if you're eating fresh foods that are growing now, it means that those are the foods that we need to consume.
Exactly. And that's what I tell people on my tours.
Right.
It's like the food that's out now is specifically designed to heal you and also prevent diseases that come about for that season, and also prepares your body for the following season. So that's why it's important to eat in season. And a lot of the foods that we get in the supermarkets are forcibly grown. They're picked ahead of the time before transport. And by the time they get here, they're already out of season. So we're really not getting the nutrients we need. So when you actually go out and forage for it, you're getting what's in season and what's needed for your body.
Yeah, I mean, even that is just a whole shifted mindset, because, most of us tend to eat for taste reasons.
Yes.
Rather than eating for nutritional reasons. It's like we lost sight of the purpose of eating.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
We just thought it was to fill our bellies, when in reality, like the body is looking for nutrients. So in reference to these things that you're foraging, like, are these just really kind of nice to have things, nice tasting things, or are these things like really nutrient dense that are available in the wild in Bermuda?
I would guess you could say, let's say, for instance, the scurvy grass. It has a bit of a burny wasabi type of flavor to it. When you eat it raw, it tastes like raw broccoli with a little kick to it. Now, the average person may not be used to those flavors.
Right.
They're used to probably just eating something like your regular spinach, which is kind of more of a bland flavor. But what I tell people is the more you eat of these natural foods, your taste buds adjust accordingly. And then so when you go back to eating processed, you can notice a big difference.
Right.
So, and also it boils down to preparation as well. Now, majority of people may enjoy just eating them raw or juicing them, where some people may prefer to have them sauteed or steamed with a little herbal seasoning. So again, it boils down to how the preparation is as well. So it varies, but as far as majority of people like to go and pick a loquat and just eat it right off the tree, right? Other than eating it in a jam. So, but again, your taste buds can adjust once you start eating right from the land. They will adjust accordingly.
Right.
And you get used to it. You can get used to it.
Right.
It's doable.
So everyone, we're talking to Doreen Williams-James of Bermuda Wild Herbs.
Yes, wild herbs
and plants
of Bermuda.
Yes. And yeah, Doreen, and we're going to talk about this in a bit because she has all these recipes and she makes all this wonderful food. And those foods come from, products that are sourced locally that she forages wild in Bermuda. So it's great. You have to go on one of her nature walks. We did one with her for the past few years, and we're planning on tripling that this year. So we're going to offer 3 walks with Doreen in addition to the walks that she does on her own. But Doreen is going to be at the Living Green Expo. Yes. And so, what do you plan to have on offer at the Expo this year?
Okay. All right. Well, first of all our food is prepared plant-based. It's all plant-based, all vegan. We will be also preparing some foods that will be catering to those who are alkaline as well. So for starters, we'll be doing 2 types of patties, like in a pastry, made with spelt flour. And one is made with the stinging nettle. So it's a stinging nettle patty. And the other one, it will be made with the scurvy grass. All right. And both of them are very high in vitamin C. And it's a blend of nuts and chickpeas and all that good stuff inside the patty.
Okay.
Right. We also will be doing some cookies, different types of cookies made with the nasturtium flowers, the dandelion flowers, and we also will be doing a charcuterie cone. So it'll be wrapped in a bay leaf, and so it would have an arrangement of a wild spinach bowl. So it'll be like something like a little meatball, but it will be made with the wild spinach and some other, and a fennel hummus, which is delicious. That's one of our most popular tasters that we do, is the fennel hummus. We also will be offering some beverages made with the prickly pear, and we'll be doing a rosemary lemonade, and we'll be doing a blend of herbal teas, specifically made with the forage herbs that you can find green wild all around the island.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So for somebody who's listening to this talk and wants to learn more, about all these herbs and plants that you're talking about foraging, give us an idea of what it looks like to come on a nature walk with you.
Sure.
Yeah.
We will start off by selecting, because we do foraging tours all over the island. Not all the tours we will actually forage for the plants. Some is mainly for information purposes on how to identify the plants, what to look for, their environment, and also you will learn of the health benefits and also tips on how to prepare the plants as well. Our tours mainly last for about an hour. And then we serve tasters after the tour. So basically, you're looking at about an hour and a half. And each season is different because you're not going to find certain plants all year round. Some you will, and some you won't, because some plants come out specifically just for that season. So that's why it's important to come every season on a tour, to learn about the different plants that are available. So, you get to learn about some of the plants near the waterside that specifically grow just near the waterside, nowhere else. And you learn about the benefits, the health benefits, how to identify them. And so we cover a good range and a variety of herbs and plants that you can find in most areas of Bermuda. So we would just go around. Now, if you do a foraging tour, we would actually go out and pick the specific plants And if you want to do a cooking demo with it or a cooking class, we can go back and cook with those plants and make a delicious meal as well. Yes.
All right. So you deal with the education side of it.
Yes.
Letting people know what's available, what the benefits are.
Yes.
You know, then you take people actually foraging, so they're actually picking.
Absolutely.
I guess the plants and the herbs and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And then you can do the cooking side of it as well.
Get it all.
You get it all.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So what's been your experience like that? Like, how have people received it? Have, people been surprised or, is it like a struggle to get people to come out, or do you find people excited? Like, what's been your experience so far?
Definitely excited. Excited. What I'm finding is more and more people are looking to more of a holistic lifestyle, a change in the diets, a change in just wanting to get off of medication and just do more natural things. So they're open to trying new things as well, and some of them just want to know what's available to them, what they can go ahead and pick and stuff. So it's been an exciting venture for a lot of people just to come on our tours. And we have a lot of repeats of people rebooking and wanting to learn more or just refresher courses.
Right.
Yeah. So it's been awesome.
So for all those people who went on a nature walk with you last year or the year before of us, those people should all come again. There's value in definitely repeating.
Absolutely. And even just choose a different season. Because what they may have seen on that tour, that time, they can come another time in the year because you're going to get different plants, or we can pick a different location because some areas you may find plants growing in one location where you won't find them in another. So we have different locations that we do tours throughout the island and also depending on the season. Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, for that reason, that's why we discussed at Green Rock that we would like to do 3 with you this year.
Yes.
So we always do in April.
Yes.
Somewhere around Earth Day.
Sure.
So we also want to do July, which is 3 months later, and then again in October.
That works.
So people will be able to get 3 seasons in.
Absolutely.
So you get spring, summer, and then fall.
Yes. And you can definitely, you will see different plants that come out each season. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So what advice would you give, residents, based on the experiences you've had? Or actually, before we get into that, how did you end up getting into this whole food foraging thing? I'm sure this must have had something to do with some family members or something like that. Like who got you into it, or how did you get into it?
I would have to say my story really began with my grandmother. Her name was Alexandria Benoni Williams.
Okay.
And I never got to meet her, unfortunately. She died in her early 40s, but she was a woman who was well beyond her years. She had 11 children.
Wow.
So imagine trying to feed that many children. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, things were different back then. Everybody shared and gave and all, but she also foraged. So she taught her children how to forage.
Okay.
So that's where the treasure came in.
Right.
My father, who's still with me today, he's 86 years old. He taught me how to forage.
Okay.
All right. So what I knew about the scurvy grass and the wild spinach, those were the 2 main plants that I grew up foraging as a child with my father. And he would take us out, we would go and forage for these items and come back and prepare a mean, delicious dish he would make up for us. And so that's basically where my journey began.
Okay.
Through my grandmother, and I have to say, like, for my father, who is 86 years old, he's on a plant-based diet, and he's on no pharmaceutical medications. He's on all herbs and plant-based. Okay. So very seldom you find that.
Yeah.
So that's a testimony in itself when it comes to a healthier lifestyle, you know, and that's encouraging enough for people to say, well, maybe I can do this too. I can get this done, you know, I can do this. So as far as what my message is to people on the island or people who live here is be open-minded to foraging, to what's available to you. There's just so many health benefits you can get from foraging alone. And my father is one of them with the health benefits. It's just amazing. His life, his story in itself is amazing. Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, give thanks. So you heard it there. You know, we're walking across free food
Yes.
every single day in Bermuda. So the next time you get upset at your grocery bill, right, make sure that you take that energy out into the woods, out around our different beach areas. What are some places, before we get into that, what are some places that people can go to find these things? Or do they just need to come and take your tours?
That's the first thing. Come take the tours. Then you can learn about where the locations are. Because, again, there are certain plants that love near the ocean, that grow only near the ocean or seaside areas. So if you're looking for spinach, you would find them along the seashore areas, you know, or along the trails. But it doesn't make sense going looking for it if you don't know what to look for.
Exactly.
That's why you got to come on the tour.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And the scurvy grass. So these two plants come out around the same time of the year, you know. And also what I like to encourage people to do is only take what you need, you know. Don't go out there and just pick the whole island and then, you know, it's nothing left for the following year to come up and grow. Don't pull up the roots, you know, just let it, just pick only what you need.
Right.
And then the plants will just keep giving back to you.
Right.
You know, unless there are some roots that are extremely nutritious for you as well.
Right.
But again, if you're going to pull up the roots to eat, only take what you need.
Right.
You know?
Be mindful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
So when you get upset at your next grocery bill, make sure that you sign up for one of Doreen's foraging tours so you can learn what's available in Bermuda, right? How to forage it. And if you're interested in the next step, also learn how you can prepare meals from it too. So thank you very much, Doreen.
Yes.
This is a very interesting talk.
Wonderful.
I'm sure people really enjoyed hearing about that. And now we know how we can save on our grocery bills.
Yes.
And if you didn't get all the tips or you have more questions for Doreen, you can find at the Living Green Expo. It's going to take place on January 28th in the Shed in Royal Naval Dockyard. Doreen will be there serving some delicious treats, and she'll also be available to answer any questions that you have. So thank you, Doreen, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace and love.